After I did this video that I'll link in the cards here for brand new agents getting their first sale in 3 simple steps and the strategy I used when it came to door knocking in that video utilizing previewing properties, that I just had to make this video that is an even better script, better strategy when it comes to showing properties. This video will have 3 sections to it, and there'll be time codes and chapters along the bottom of the video to navigate to wherever you need to be, but I strongly suggest watching all of it so you can understand my mentality and to start visualizing taking action in your area. The first will be the scenario and the plan, the second will be the strategy and the script, and the third will be how to alter and refine it to make it optimal for your specific market and your area. The people that utilize this strategy, this door knocking strategy, will get listings for sure and almost immediate referrals from existing clients. You will get come list my house phone calls, no listing appointments or competing. It will now be a formality. They will recognize your value and want it for themselves. We have 3 or 4 different door knocking strategies that we break down for members of our on agent program, but this particular one will be utilizing or optimizing a useless showing. I'll circle back around to what I mean by a useless showing, but for the sake of this video, in our scenario, we have buyer clients and we're taking them to showings. Again, check that video in the cards. If you have 0 clients, that's what that one was for, and really powerful, but this is, we at least have 1. Okay, so what do I mean by a useless showing? When I was started in real estate, it was a heavy seller's market, like a lot of people, and what you soon found out after about 1 month of being in real estate is that a lot of buyer clients you work with are just hoping to enter the market, if you know what I mean. With these buyer clients, you know their criteria like the back of your hand. You show them 3, 4, sometimes 7 or 8 properties, depending on your inventory, and it results in no action. Either they didn't like any of the properties that are actually within their budget, or we made an offer and lost out to a higher bid, etc. This of course happens, it's not a big deal. We continue the search within their budget. We have their criteria. We have hot sheets, auto email set up. We're constantly scouring the MLS for new inventory, not a problem. But what will happen is if you have motivated buyers, they will live on the MLS. They will be searching all day at home, at work. This is their new passion, which is great. They will, however, send you all properties that they want to go see. And of course, we have access to way more information and knowledge, and we can tell within 5 minutes that this particular property or these properties that they're sending us are not for them. Most of the time in a heavy seller's market, it was because it was out of their budget. Again, not their fault by any means. They have to learn and understand the market, and it was a pricing strategy where homes were going for significantly over asking. But a part of the job and great client service is we of course have to go show that home. So a 25-minute drive there, let's say, a 25-minute showing, 25-minute drive home, an hour and 15 minutes of my life taken. This actually started to feel like a bit of a job, and as entrepreneurs, we don't particularly like jobs, and for lack of a better word, after doing this multiple times, there was a lack of fulfillment. I need to be growing my business and optimizing my time at every turn. It's just how my brain works. There needs to be constant forward momentum. What I did was I started to door knock 100 homes around that showing. The goal was to turn that useless showing into a possible listing by having conversations with actual homeowners. I would now go 1 hour ahead of time to every showing, useless or normal showing. I would door knock 25 down, 50 across, and 25 back. And now the plan was to hopefully have 10% of people open that door. The other 90% was getting my drop-off, postcard, flyer, or door hanger. You'll probably get more than 10% of people open those doors. 10, 15, 20%. I say those numbers because my goal was every single day to have at least 15 conversations with actual homeowners about real estate. Getting my business card in the hand of homeowners with a conversation. I felt while everyone else was going to useless showings, and 100% this happens all the time and happening significant in a heavy seller's market, I was at least 1 up on that. I wasn't just going there and coming home, I was having these conversations. Who's going to win here? Okay, so quickly before we get into the script, your marketing material that you drop off at the homes of the doors, the people that don't open, can be very simple. Basically what you specialize in, a call to action, and a bit about yourself. If you specialize in something, you will get callbacks. I 100% guarantee it. If you say you work with buyers and sellers, at least have a really good, unique selling proposition to go with it. But anything that comes from these drop-offs is only bonus. Don't even think about it at all. Our focus focus is getting those doors open. And please don't go an hour ahead of time just to drop those off. That is 100% a waste of your time. We need to talk to people. So let's get into the script. This around every buyer showing script is what I call it because I strongly suggest doing it around every showing, not just a useless one, is 3 parts. Right after this, we'll talk about alterations to it and even getting emails. So part 1 actually begins with your body language. What I would do is I would knock, stand a few feet back, and just make sure I looked non-threatening. I'd be slightly turned to the side and I'd be going over the listing that I'm showing for my clients, or we have other door knocking strategies where it involves the homes that have sold in the area. You could be going over those. You could be doing CMAs, anything. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you're not staring straight in the window or anything weird like that. I would actually have a name tag necklace, just like the ones you would get at conventions, at the EXP Con or something like that. So when I could introduce myself, I could just hold it up. But yes, just non-threatening, relaxed is key. But let's say we're at the house, a door opens, and I always just start with introducing myself. Hi, my name is Callum Moore with eXp Realty here in Kitchener. I'm actually showing my buyer clients 123 Main Street, just 10 houses down. I don't know if you've noticed this for sale, but my clients aren't too familiar with the neighborhood. I'm just quick going around ahead of time to find out, how have you found the area? Is it safe? Then after asking that question, I just listen. Sometimes you'll get people that will talk your ear off about what's happened lately or stories in the area, which is fantastic. We are getting to know them, we are building those relationships, and we're letting our personality shine. From there, I'd move to the second part and start talking about the home for sale. Just transition and just be like, yes, so 123 Main Street, it's listed at $899. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath, and we think it might actually go for more like 1.1 million. Whatever the scenario is, just know what that home is going to sell for, roughly what it will sell for. You've done your CMA, you're properly prepared, you have the knowledge. Part 2 is so powerful as you can imagine. We are talking about a home 10 doors down, 5 doors down, that directly impacts the value of their property. It's an intriguing conversation to continue having with them. From there, we just move on to part 3 of the script, and it's as simple as now talking to them. Have you guys ever thought about taking advantage of the market? On a face-up level, they could be thinking of selling and you're in, but at the very least, if they say something like you never know, maybe 1 or 2 years down the road, I always just tell them, yes, no problem. Well, here's my business card, and if anything changes at all, don't hesitate to reach out. I have to find out a bit more information about the area for my clients. My showing in is about a half an hour. I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Have yourself a good one. Done. 3-part around every buyer showing door knocking script that in my opinion is one of the best in the world, because what did we just do here? This can work on a general face-up level like mentioned. As soon as that door opens, someone could be thinking of selling. Too easy. But what if we think about it from the perspective of our clients or the people that open that door we talked to, but they just weren't quite ready to sell? First, your clients. Your clients literally tell their friends and family that their real estate agent goes around ahead of time before every showing to find out if the neighborhood's safe. That is powerful. And the person on the other end of that door, people think real estate agents are lazy. I've been in real estate now at the time of this video for 5 years. I can confidently say that a lot of them are, but that person on the other end of the door, if they're kind of like-minded as yourself, they will see the value that you're putting in for your clients. They will want it for themselves, and they will call when it's time to sell. Just like that, a useless showing turned into a listing, all while providing the best service to your clients that they will 100% refer to their friends and family. A beautiful thing. Okay, so let's talk about refining this script, or just mixing it up a little bit, depending on your area, depending on the type of market. If you are, for example, very familiar with the area, so you don't want to bring up stuff like, I'm just finding out information about the area, they literally live there, if you know what I mean. And when you go through areas, there could be a desirable street, we've all seen it before, there could be a desirable street one area, and literally in the same suburb or 2 streets over, it looks like a different country. So there's still information and value to be had. Just focus more on the conversation itself. That is everything. We're building relationships, we're talking about real estate, we're showing off our hustle, we're providing value for our clients. Just keep it simple. So still information and value to be had. If you've prospected that area before, Things change very quickly in 6 months. Have that conversation with them. People that are watching the market want to talk about real estate more often than you think. Okay, so I know a lot of people go after emails while door knocking, and this can be so powerful. Just make sure your weekly email or your monthly email is providing a ton of value. What I would do is have that mentioned in the marketing material. So when they have that in their hand, at the end of the conversation, after they've said something like maybe in a year or two, we can point to it and say, we also do weekly emails, just really good updates about what is happening market-wise in our gorgeous city, so you can be more knowledgeable about the market. Then have your phone out and ready and ask them, would you like me to stay in touch with that weekly email? When they say, sure, no problem, you say, okay, great. What's your first name and what's a good email? Jot it down, thank them, and now they are in your CRM, getting weekly or monthly touches. For those that take action, and only 5% of people watching this will, you now, in my opinion, have one of the best door knocking strategies and scripts out there. If you're interested in finding out the ton more value we're doing for agents and brokers that join eXp Realty with us, reach out. You can book a call with me, it's in the description below, or just DM, email, comment on this video. I get back to everyone. I really hope that helped. Thanks for watching. My name is Callum Moore, eXp Realty real estate agent here in Ontario, and we'll see you in the next one.